y'all, it's Portia and welcome back to my Life in LA series. This is part 4 and today we're going to be talking about strategy while struggling. I chose this topic for a very testimonial reason because a lot of times within my struggle with moving here and going through the homelessness and the unemployment and the pressure and the things that I spoke of in my previous videos, I didn't quite understand what it was that I was supposed to do in order to make my life happen. So all of 2017, I would pray every single day for a strategy for my life. Like, God, I need a strategy for my life. I need a strategy for my finances. I need a strategy for my relationships. I need a strategy for my career. It was just like, I'm constantly praying and praying and praying for a strategy. I'm constantly making plans and things not working out, or trying and putting my best foot forward and ending up in the states that I was in my previous videos. If you didn't watch those, I definitely have the playlist linked in the description box. So a scripture in Proverbs really stood out to me, and I believe that it was what God wanted me to understand while I was going through my struggle. And that is Proverbs 16:9, which says, "The heart of a man plans his ways, but it is the Lord that establishes his steps." And I had to realize that, okay, I can plan all of these things out. I could do this and do that, and I can have this long drawn out thing that is supposed to work for me. But whenever something doesn't work out the way I want it to, or whenever something comes through that I want it to come through, then that is God orchestrating me. That is God establishing my steps, because at the end of the day, you never want something to come through for you that you desire so strongly and it be the wrong thing for your life. It be something that could be detrimental to your destiny, something that could be harmful to your purpose, or block a way that, you know, God wanted you to go. Because at the end of the day, his thoughts are higher than our thoughts and his ways are higher than our ways. So we could have this strategic plan, but when things don't go that way, then we have to be able to trust God within that strategy and know that he has something better for us. So in order to do that, I had to come up with 3 different things to get me through this struggle. Number 1 was embracing the struggle. And I had to embrace the struggle because I was so busy being down and out with me being homeless and unemployed and dealing with the pressures of that to the point where I was not being able to see my way over the mountain. Yes, the mountain is here. And yes, I know that if I have faith the size of a mustard seed, this mountain can be moved. But in order for me to know for sure that the mountain was going to move out of my way, I had to just trust God to embrace whatever it is that I am struggling with, whatever it is that I'm going through right now. I know that I'm going to learn something from it. And that's what happened when you fully come into acceptance of whatever you're going through is teaching you something. And the second thing I learned was that I had to continue to create in my struggle. I wanted something to show for my life when I came out of my struggle, to know that the struggle did not stop me and that it did not take me down. And God will send those people that are going to be able to help you produce in your struggle when you don't have much to give, but you have an idea and you have something that's going to work out for you. And that's how a lot of great people have made it in life. Not everybody started out rich. Not everybody started out with all of the funds to make their dream come true. They had to keep trying and pushing, even though they were struggling. And then they had to have people who believed in their dreams and who believed in, you know, their destiny in order to make it happen. So I produced a show. I, you know, acted in a short film that was really amazing. And I didn't even know that God was setting that up for me to be able to become a full all-around entertainer. Like, who knew that I would come to LA and be acting? Like, all of these things I discovered because I decided to create within my struggle. And then not only that, I exercised my gift within that struggle as well. I joined AfterBuzz TV networks while I was homeless and jobless, but that didn't stop me. Like, I was still knowing that, okay, you have a gift, you have to do that gift. And with AfterBuzz, it is such an amazing platform, first and foremost. It, gives hosts the opportunity to be able to exercise their gifts while taking classes to perfect their gifts and then putting them out there in the real world, live broadcasts, red carpet events, live interviews. And it's just like, I was able to be a part of something so profound and wonderful with that, because I didn't let my struggle keep me in a place where I felt like I couldn't do anything. And with that being said, the third thing I had to do was allow God to order my steps. And this is so profound because, oh my gosh, we often, want to have full control over our life. If we have this plan and we have these goals and we have this strategy to make it happen, everything is not going to go the way you planned. And I'm pretty sure real life teaches everybody that. And I had to really trust God and give him control to order my steps and to know that whatever he builds in me is going to be the strategy that I stand on. So I'm embracing it, I'm creating it, and I'm able to know that whatever God allows to happen in my life will be what he needs in order to push me to that next step for what he has for me, because he's ordering my steps. I had to relinquish control of my life. And that is really hard for me. It's really hard for a lot of us, because we feel like if we're not in control, then who is? And that's where faith comes into play. Your faith has to be so strong that you know that no matter what, God will not let me fail. If I have faith and I trust in him, I won't be put to shame. My hope is going to be perfected. I won't fail. I can't fail. And even if I do fall, that does not mean failure. Even if I do end up in a situation like how I was, that does not mean that there isn't a brighter day coming to me. That does not mean that joy isn't going to be there in the morning. And once I realized that, I was able to push forward. The struggle is what makes it possible for you to gain a strategy for your life, because you're working around these experiences, because you're striving for better. You're striving to come out of this. You're striving to get over that mountain. And with you striving to get over that mountain, if you paid close attention to what has been going on in your struggle, if you've listened, if you've learned, if you've really wrapped your mind around the things that it was supposed to teach you, then you have a strategy for a greater outcome. And you also have a way to know that I've learned something in this, and because I learned, I don't have to revisit it again. Whenever things are coming up in your life that you have to keep on facing, then it was something in the last struggle that you didn't learn from. And now is your chance to learn again. And so that is how strategy while struggling played out for my life here in LA. So thank you guys so much for listening to this. Make sure you tune in to the next one, because I'll be right back with 2 more videos within this series. Y'all be blessed. Thank you.